And it's a very Corrie disaster, isn't it, in that it is dramatic, but there is the comedy as well, provided by your characters, really.
Well, I love the scene with you and Katie about what's your middle name. That's a lovely
really brilliant scene. I loved that. When I read it, I loved it straight away. We're talking about middle names, and right at the end of the scene, are we talking about middle names to take our mind off the fact that the bus might go over the edge and we'll all die? That was the plan.
Yeah,
and I loved it because it was hilarious. Right, immediately after a load of panic, saying, "Oh my God, somebody's stuck in the van. We need to get them out." Mopping blood off people. Then that happens, and it goes back to really sad again, and it's just a lot of to and fro. But I love it because it brings a lot of characters together, and I think it's not the story about the crash; it's the story about how the people cope with it.
I think it's quite funny that Sally and Maddie, I think they're more similar than they let on, because Sally, pre-Kevin, she grew up on the wrong side of the tracks, didn't she? But that's all kind of been forgotten.
That's a very, very good point, actually. Yeah, they are probably very, very similar, aren't they? Yeah, that's a good point.
You don't like to believe it. Sally doesn't like to believe it.
Sally was very rough. So, yeah, that's a good point.
And this kind of like bonds them and solidifies them a little bit more than has happened before. Were you quite grateful that you won't be at Loggerheads? Or maybe you'll go back to being at Loggerheads?
I think it's nice that we've settled down now.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that every now and again we will get the odd scene where I'll probably say something that I shouldn't to Sally and she'll retaliate, and, old habits die hard.
And when lives are in jeopardy, it often makes them, the people involved, closer to their partners and other halves. Is that going to be the case with Tim and with Sophie?
I think so. I think we're all just grateful that we all got out of it, and I think that'd be the case in any family, really.
Yeah, it's probably bonded us all together more, hasn't it, as a family, a modern family.
Yeah.
And there is still a little bit of a frisson with Kevin, as we saw with Tim's remarks. Although, is there a suspicion that Kevin and Tim might end up together? Because they got
there
very
is, actually. Now, that's a good storyline.